songwriting approach, in which I discarded kind of the kind of traditional instrumentation of accompaniment with the banjo or the acoustic guitar or the piano, and I decided to start instead with just sound. And so I started experimenting with just sound creation and working with effects pedals and synthesizers and computers and sequencers and drum machines, and just processing things and then collecting kind of this like catalog of beats and sounds and things. And a lot of it was kind of to kind of shake out of my previous habits and try something new. And so a lot of the new stuff, especially on the Age of Odds, starts out with kind of ruminations of sound exploration, and then months after that I would impose a song over top of it. So that's, I know this is starting to sound like a kind of some songwriters process workshop conference or something, but I don't know. I just thought maybe give you some context for all of that. And while I was doing that, I discovered this folk artist named Royal Robertson, and Royal is was a black Southern folk artist, sign painter from Baldwin, Louisiana, and is people from Baldwin here? That's amazing. And he's kind of underground. He's not sort of as popular as Henry Darger or Ramirez. Right. There's a whole kind of a renaissance of like outsider art, folk art, self-taught art. There's a whole genre. And Royal is kind of in that school because he kind of lived and worked in this very small house that he built with his own hands. And even though his trade was sign painting, he actually was spent much more time working on his own art. And he was a self-proclaimed prophet and a minister and a soothsayer, and he had sort of mystical, magical gifts. He called himself the mystical, patriarchal prophet Royal Robertson. Libra artist, that was his astrological sign. And he was obsessed with astrology and mythology and comic books, sci-fi. He was, born and raised in the South, an Assembly of God church. So he kind of created this conglomerate visionary art. It was everything kind of compiled into one scenic adventure. And his art usually was painted on a poster board about this big, and he used house paint, sign paints from his work, and glitter. He used a lot of glitter, and he used magic marker. He would paint one layer, and then he would leave it outside and let it get sun damage, and then he'd bring it into other layers. So his process was very kind of, it was a very kind of long, tedious. He would gather all kinds of collages and newspaper clippings, and he would gather ideas from all of the sources, whether it be the occult or the Bible or comic books. And Royal had a pretty big family. He had 12 kids, and his wife Adele, this beautiful woman who raised his kids with him, and they lived in a small house that he built on his own. And they were very, very, very poor. But later in life, Royal's kind of obsession with outer space and with the other world, the transcendental world, consumed him, and he lost sense of reality, and his ordinary life began to fade away, and he began to exist wholly in his imagination, and this caused problems with his family. He started to believe that his children were bastard children, and he started to believe that his wife, Adele, was cheating on him, and he started calling her a prostitute and a whore, and he would have these rages where he was seeing things and people and ghosts, and